She's one of our most accomplished journalists, a familiar figure in network, cable, and public television news. This morning, we're in conversation with Judy Woodruff with a look back on a storied career.
I had a producer in Atlanta, the CBS affiliate, who said to me, "Nobody gives a damn what Judy Woodruff thinks when you go out to cover a story. They want to know what you learn." And that was ingrained in my head, that I wasn't supposed to be part of the story.
But Friday night, the PBS NewsHour anchor and managing editor was the story.
After a decade as anchor of this extraordinary program, I've decided that the end of 2022 is the right time to turn this incredibly important job over to someone else.
To be clear, however,
I'm not retiring, not doing the R word. I will end my anchoring time covering politics in the United States, but what I hope to do is cover America.
Judy Woodruff is a singular figure among her peers, soft-spoken and mild-mannered.
What is your argument to the voter watching this debate tonight?
Always respectful.
What would be a compelling reason?
But relentless.
But, Mr. President, with all due respect, what does it accomplish? I will tell you, Jane, I still get nervous sometimes when I'm interviewing a newsmaker. And I think it's a good sign because it means that I'm thinking, my heart's pounding, I may be sweating a little bit.
That drive and determination come from a grandmother who worked 3 jobs to support a family, and her mother, who never finished high school.
She said to me, "You're going to get an education. You're going to go to college." And I was going to get that education, so it was just a given.
In 1968, with a political science degree from Duke, Judy got a job in the newsroom of WQXI in Atlanta as a secretary.
The news director meets me in the lobby. I'll never forget this scene. And so we had this long conversation. And then at the end, he said, okay, you have the job. So as I get up to leave, and I say, thank you. And he said, well, of course, how could I not hire somebody with legs like yours? As I think about that moment, I think, why didn't I just turn on my heel and say, guess what?
But if you had, who would I be talking to right now?
I wouldn't have the job.
Hello, I'm Judy Woodruff.
Advancing quickly from weather girl to local politics to network news, joining a generation of trailblazers, including Rita Braver, Andrea Mitchell, Leslie Stahl, Martha Teichner, the late Gwen Ifill.
We are tough broads. We're not going away quietly into the night. I think this generation of women, whatever it was in our DNA or whatever our mothers or fathers told us, there's nothing you can't do.
And things she could never have imagined. March 30th, 1981, outside the Washington Hilton, White House correspondent Judy Woodruff waited for President Reagan.
I was maybe 20 feet on this side, and suddenly you hear this pop, pop, pop. And I could see people lying on the ground.
History is made in a moment.
Tonight, a vice presidential debate.
She was a debate moderator for this one.
And another notable moment of your career, the Benson-Quayle debate.
Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy.
At which point the room just explodes. The room absolutely explodes. And of course, what happened was the Dukakis-Benson ticket lost in a big way to Bush-Quayle. The World War II.
Like most of us during the pandemic, Woodruff worked from home.
So this is the room, Jane, where I anchored the NewsHour. This is the library in our house for over a year.
Bringing some 2 million viewers home too.
You kept it together. How does someone do that?
I had to be together. I had to be holding it together because there was just so much at stake. You can see the Washington Monument.
Politics is her passion, but not her only one. She's an advocate for people with disabilities. Now 41, her first son, Jeffrey, was born with a mild case of spina bifida. But at 16, a surgical procedure went catastrophically wrong. Jeffrey was left unable to walk and with permanently impaired vision, hearing, and speech.
Until you have a loved one who is in a special place, especially hard place, you can't really know. But he's taught me that people with disabilities are people. They're just like us. They have feelings. They have heart.
Few people have a perspective on America as long and comprehensive as Judy Woodruff. And she sees America in peril.
In all the years I've covered politics, we've been divided. Republicans and Democrats disagree with each other. We debate each other. I say we. I put myself in the middle. They debate one another. We've covered it.
And at 75, we'll tell you what Judy Woodruff thinks.
Now we're at a point where we just seem to be on the verge of some kind of, hopefully not a war where people are shooting weapons, but where people are shouting.
You
really,
say hopefully.
Hopefully.
That's not beyond.
I mean, we are in a really angry moment in this country.
After 13 years, she'll be stepping away from the anchor desk, eager to be a reporter again.
I'd like to understand why we are so divided as a country, why we are having such a hard time talking to each other, how did we get to this place, and why we are here, where we are right now, and can we heal?